I'm putting $1,000 on this play today, and I'm going to show you exactly how I came up with that. This is the Daily Profit brought to you by Linemaker Sports. In today's show, it's going to be just like every other show. I'm going to give you guys a play, and you're going to make money from it. It's that simple. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and jump into the last couple days to see exactly what happened inside the group. All right, so let's go ahead and start out on Wednesday. On Wednesday, we had Chris Sale to go under 2.5 earned runs. He ended up getting us the win there. Then we had Fernando Tatis to get one hit. He did not. He went 0 for 4. Then we had Jose Ramirez to get a hit. That one was pretty easy. Got that, I think, at the first at bat. Then we had Gio Urshela to not cross the plate. That ended up coming through. Lane Thomas to go under 0.5 runs. Bad thing was with this one, it ended up happening in the first couple ABs. All right, so we didn't get that. Now let's go ahead. Actually, we had one more. Mikhail Garcia to get a hit as well. He ended up coming through. He had a home run in his second at bat. Now let's go to the next day. We had the Twins over 7.5. That one cashed in the third inning. We had Josh Naylor to get a hit. He hit that in his second at bat. Trey Turner to get a hit. He went 0 for 4. We had Ohtani to get a hit. That one came through easily. Joey Ortiz to not cross the plate. He didn't cross the plate, even though the Brewers had like 8 runs. He didn't cross the plate. Then we had Christopher Sanchez to go under 2.5 earned runs. So over the last 2 days, we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 3. All right, 9 and 3 over the last 2 days. So, like I said, guys, consistency is key. I've preached this all the time. How consistency is key with everything. You got to stay the course. You got to just get your stuff down day in and day out. That's the only way you're going to be successful. All right, there is no other way around it. As long as you're staying consistent and you have the right strategy, guess what? You are going to make money. That's it. That's all you got to do is stay consistent. One of the biggest issues I see with people is staying consistent. When they have a bad day, it's hard for them to move on to the next day. And then guess what? The next day is usually a winning day, and then they took a break because they mentally feel like they had to stop for some reason. And then you put yourself behind. It's just the way that it goes. Stay consistent, take the emotion out of the game, and just ride the wave. That's the way it has to go. Because I'm telling you this, I'm not always every 2 days going 9 and 3. All right? Actually, the 17th, the day before these 2 days, I think we went 1 and 3. All right? We went 1 and 3. Those happen. All right? Those days happen. There's nothing you can do about it. You're going to hit days like that. You just have to ride the wave and go straight through them. It's the only way to be successful. You cannot get emotional and freak out and think that, oh, I'm going to just keep losing. It's just going to be, nonstop losing from here. Can't think like that. If you have the right strategy in place, you will be successful. You just have to ride the wave. And if you guys want the strategies that I use, like I said, I teach you guys this stuff. So all you got to do is go click the link in the description if you want to learn all these strategies that come up with all of these plays. Now let's go ahead and jump into today's $1,000 play that I'm putting my money on. All right, so for the last couple plays, we have went off the player prop way a little bit. All right, we did some totals, but let's go back to the player props today. We're going to look at the Angels versus Astros matchup today. All right, we're going to look at one player, and his name is Luis Rengifo. All right, that's the player that we're looking at. And what are we looking at? We're looking at the prop for him to go under 0.5 runs. What does that mean? That means he cannot cross home plate. Okay? If he walks and gets on base, doesn't matter if he gets a hit or not, he can't cross home plate. As long as he doesn't cross home plate and score, then we end up winning this matchup. Now let's run through some of the stats here. He's going against Hunter Brown. All right? Arguably one of the best starters in the game right now. Okay, Hunter Brown is killing it. And he is 0 for 6 versus Hunter Brown. Okay, so he hasn't even got a hit yet against Hunter Brown. So he has a solid base there to where he shouldn't get on base from a hit, and he should get at least 3 at-bats from Hunter Brown because Hunter Brown should have a decent game. The Angels' offense is not that great, so he should be able to stay in there and give at least 3 at-bats against Rengifo and pretty much should lock in against him. He should, okay? So he's 0-6 against him. On the season, he's hitting 218. That's not too impressive, okay? Not too impressive. Yeah. For me, impressive is like 275 and above. That's impressive, okay? 218, not too great. So what do we have going for us right now? We have Hunter Brown pitching. He's 0-6 versus Hunter Brown. On the season, he bats 218, so he doesn't even bat that well to begin with. Now, odds, okay, because I know everybody's going to be like, oh, where are the odds? Where do you get this stuff at? All right? There is like 3 or 4 sports books where you can get this play at, okay? BetMGM, Caesars, Fanatics, there's Bet365. Now, the odds right now are minus 280, okay? They're minus 280, but this has a 77% probability. Implied probability on minus 280 is 74%. Compare that to 77% true. So this is implied. This is the true. What does that give us? That gives us a plus 3% edge. All right, so we have a 3% edge here for Luis Rengifo to go under 0.5 runs scored. Now, like I said, if you just play these plays consistently, you are going to gain, all right? Whether this play wins or not, doesn't matter. As long as you're getting down plays that are giving you an edge, you will win consistently and your bankroll will grow. It's that simple. Got to have those type of plays. All right, but today, luckily, we did find one of those plays that do give us an edge. So, long as it's a boring play, I'll admit. It's a boring play, okay? That's another thing with a lot of people is sometimes you don't like playing these because it's boring. You're pretty much watching this guy, you just want him to strike out every time he comes to the plate. That's what you're watching. But sometimes the not exciting plays are the ones that are the most profitable, okay? You're betting the 3-way home run parlay. Yeah, maybe that seems exciting because you want him to hit a home run when he gets to the plate. But guess what? You're losing, and it's probably never going to happen. All right, so again, tonight's play is going to be Luis Rengifo to go under 0.5 runs scored. And like I said, you could find that at multiple sports books. You just got to go into the player prop section. Make sure you guys do that. And remember, when you have an edge, then every play becomes a winning opportunity. As always, guys, I'm Frank with Linemaker Sports. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, I'm out.